It's a danger zone. You in the middle of a war, don't leave your banger home. I hate to play devil's advocate, Dom. How you feel when the little 4-year-old is getting off of school and the 4-year-old little boy, he's walking with his mom, and the addict is shooting up in their veins, not hiding it, not nothing, right in front of that little kid, you know? How do you feel about stuff like that, Dom?
You know what? It hurts my heart.
Dom! What's going on, bro?
Chilling.
Hey, man, I'm liking the Eagles hat, man. You an Eagles fan or you just like wearing the merch, man?
No, I've been an Eagles fan the first time, like, I have a state of consciousness
Yeah.
about becoming a fan of the Eagles.
Yeah.
Buddy Ryan was the coach, and
Okay.
the first game I ever watched, Randall Cunningham came in as the backup punter and kicked the 91-yard punt, the third longest punt in NFL history.
That's before my time.
He was Rocket Randall at the time. Man.
Okay. All right. So how was growing up, Dom? Tell me about yourself. Where you from, man? And give us details about your upbringing, bro.
Born and raised in North Philly. It was the hood. I'm 45, so when I was a young boy,
Yeah.
up here was predominantly Caucasian neighborhood.
And
Cops
this to the
everywhere.
Allegheny, right?
Kansas City, Allegheny.
Yeah.
All the drama was on the other side, like Mutter, 2nd Street, Cambria, Hope, Hancock. That's where it was on the other side. And if you even thought about selling around here, you was getting booked.
Yeah. It was very well more protected at the time, right?
Yeah.
How you think it changed? How you think things changed around? Like how you think, you know?
Honestly, you can look at interviews on YouTube or like footage 30 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
The same thing was happening back then. For real, people talk about race. It's really financial demographic difference. Because growing up, white, black, Puerto Rican, we all was the same, right in the same hood. Like right now, you have a lot of African Americans that come down here and trap from like West Philly, Southwest, different areas, and when they come up here, they didn't grow up with like Ricans and blacks.
Yeah.
I mean Ricans and whites.
Yeah.
So a lot of times they are a little more nasty than the blacks that I grew up with around here.
Yeah.
And we all just
Because it's not really their culture, basically.
No.
Yeah.
And so, that's why I notice a lot of times with the dealers, because that's what they come from the other areas to do, trap, they're real kind of cold and, abusive towards hustlers. When I was growing up, the caseworkers or the people that ran the blocks, they protected the addicts. Like, that's your money.
Yeah.
Nowadays, you go and buy from them, you nod out from the drugs that they sell, and then they're smacking you on the back of the head or, spitting on you or
And
throwing water
and you're that clientele.
You're the clientele. Yeah, and like, to be honest with you, it's like barbaric, almost like Nazis, you know what I mean? I have to be honest with you, sometimes I see that mentality of like getting back at Whitey. You know what I mean? And they love that the whites are addicted, almost like a form of revenge. But the neighborhood changed basically because the city allowed and fostered this drug dealing situation, almost like genocide.
Yeah.
You know, the one thing they never anticipated was the Caucasians from the suburbs to be adversely affected. And that's when it became an epidemic, a problem, something that they put a spotlight on. But as long as it was genocide and it was us killing each other, there's no problem. A lot of people don't know that before the Olympics started for Germany in like 1932, I believe.
Yeah.
Germany wants to show off to the world our beautiful country, right, on a national spotlight, a worldly spotlight, global, and so they said, well, what do we do with the homeless, with the drug addicts, with the criminals, with the, you know, mentally challenged people, so that they don't see that. How do we hide that? So Hitler said, got it. Grab a 4-block radius in an outlying area, put all of them together, hide them from society, let them deal with each other. And he said, we'll call it the ghetto. He's the one that coined that phrase. Ghetto.
Wow.
People don't know that. That's history. So that's what every ghetto is. I've been to ghettos. I lived in New Haven, Connecticut. Been in New York. I lived in Newcastle, Delaware. So I would go to Wilmington. I chilled in Reading a lot. Every ghetto is the same thing.
Yeah.
It's low income. We speak the same language in every ghetto. And the way people look to try to get finances is through selling drugs, right? And where there's drugs at, there's violence, because that's where the money's at. Every ghetto is the same place. And rap, you know, is basically the language of the people.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Man, Dom, you so knowledgeable, man. You would never expect, right? How old are you, man? How old are you?
I'm 45, but
45, but you got wisdom of a 68-year-old.
But problem is, you know, I'm getting high, strung out on drugs, and I left prison 6 years ago. I was upstate, and one of the things about when you get out of prison, people think like, man, you should be up and chilling, like you finished that. They don't understand that carries with you. That's you know, that time you did.
Yeah.
It's not like it's over. That's trauma, bro.
It's trauma.
You know what I mean? You know what it is, being up there with people you see on the news, you know, heinous crimes, and next thing you know, that's your neighbor. You know what I'm saying? Child molesters, murderers, you know what I mean? And anyway, my cousin that I left from prison, Drek, got out, and he saw me and he grinded me up, but it hurt him to see me like this. This ain't me. And he gave me a hug, and I thought to myself, damn, he just did 10 years. He never went home. But I got out 6 years ago. And I said, would I rather have been him, incarcerated for 6 years, or have been myself, have gotten out and grinded myself down to shreds? And right now I weigh 130 pounds, severely malnutrition. I got a urinary tract infection. I got a hernia. I had spinal surgery last year. I had surgery on my legs for trank wounds. Haven't walked in 4 months.
You haven't walked in 4 months?
No.
What you think led to you not being able to walk?
Well, it ain't like they ever said I wouldn't walk, but the problem is the location of the wounds. So imagine from your knees down. I got jumped by 6 young boys that's going around terrorizing people. That blunt force trauma on legs that were already, being eaten up from the fentanyl. You know what I'm saying? That 2 days later, I went. My legs were blown up. My pants were congealed with blood to my flesh. And when I went into the hospital, some of these nurses are vindictive. Like, they hate drug addicts too. They cut my jeans off from the sides, and then they ripped my pants off. Flesh coming off. And I'm like, please, like, just put some more saline on. And they're like, with this look, like, the crazy look, like sadomasochist. They're like, no more fentanyl, right? This is the last time. Man. They gotta punish the addict. So a lot of people
punishing the addict.
Put their, and that's what's happening a lot out here. I want to get somebody with good audio and video equipment, like you perhaps, to take video of when they come 20, 30 times a day, up and down with blowers, right? With these vehicles that are blowing dust, dirt, trash particles right on us, right on the addicts. And it's like, get out of here. The other day, I got wound care done here.
Now, Dom.
They unwrapped my wounds. Boys blowing dirt, debris, trash right in my wound. Now, I want to know what social, demographic you will be able to do that to, other than addicts. Disrespect us like that. And it's like, get out of here. We don't want you here, but where you want us to be.
Now, Dom, I feel like you're 100% correct. You shouldn't treat no human being a certain way, no matter what circumstance they going through. Everybody has somebody that's an addict in their family, or if they don't, they will one day. And I really just want to say, man, you shouldn't treat no human being like that,
No.
But I hate to play devil's advocate, Dom. How you feel when the little 4-year-old is getting off of school and the 4-year-old little boy, he's walking with his mom, and the addict is shooting up in their veins, not hiding it, not nothing, right in front of that little kid, How do you feel about stuff like that, Dom?
You know what? It hurts my heart. And you know what? I've thought about it. Could I be the speaker for the people out here and represent them? No, I can't. You know why? Because I'm not the worst of the people. There's people that are just, taking shits on the sidewalk. They'll just get high in front of anybody, disrespectful, you know what I mean? And that's not everybody, but they link us all in as being the worst of the individual. You know what? It's like every area of life, right? Like in prison, they say this is the people that they have in here, this is just a representation of what you have in society. Those people were in society, right? The worst of the addicts are not everybody, but some of the addicts, if they weren't on drugs, they'd still be, perverts. They'd still be perverse. They'd still be violent. And so, look, I'm not the smartest man in the world, but you mean to tell me the government can't hire a think tank of extremely intelligent people and come up with a alternative. Because I got one. I got a great one, you know, and it's a proven commodity if you look at what they've done in other countries. And what that would look like is you build essentially like a college campus, kind of like neighborhood for the addicts. So you get housing, right? You'd live there, right? You have like a cafeteria. You get your breakfast, lunch, and dinner.
Okay.
You'd be, you'd have job training. You have people come in, and yes, the thing that would be kind of like fought against would be you'd have an injection site there, and yes, they would medicate you. They would have the drugs, and they would medicate you on their dime. Okay, so the addict wouldn't be out here having to do crimes to get theirs. They'd be out of society, and you could even take those same addicts and have us go and do community service, right? So
all right,
now
I'm gonna talk to you, man.
Yeah.
Thank you for your time. I appreciate you. God bless you. Happy Easter, Don.
happy Easter to you too, brother.